Hey Tekken players, hope you're all doing well. So, if you want to skip ahead straight to the matches and ignore this intro, then I'll leave a timestamp in the video description. However, I'm just going to quickly explain why for this episode of my ranked sessions we're going to look at replays rather than actually recording live. The long story short is, as you're probably aware, I'd like to try to get, trying to get Emperor rank before Season 2, just because, it's nice to kind of up your rank a little bit. And on my last session, I'm happy to admit, because we're all human, that actually I played pretty poorly. It was not a very good rank session. Now, that was not helped by the fact that I had to play 5 lings. I put it to anyone to try to play 5 lings and not lose your marbles, especially as a king player. So, and I knew that it was a bad session, not just because... Not to do with the fact of, I didn't rank up or anything like that, but because when I looked at the end of it, actually my stats, especially my defensive stats, actually had dropped, and that's just a sign of I'm not playing well. Usually a sign of I'm getting frustrated and I'm pushing too many buttons when I should be more defensive. So just in case you're interested, I just thought to let you know what I did because I have a sort of a same strategy. As soon as I see my stats going down, what I do personally is I go and obviously stop playing, but when I come back I go and play an alt character, and in this case I actually went away and I played some Kazuya, and I was actually really pleased because I got Kazuya to Fujin, which is like, I'm pretty happy with that, because bear in mind I'm playing with the same prowess, so about 240k, so when I'm playing Kazuya, even though it was down in ruler ranks, I was playing against other Tekken King players. So yeah, and basically by playing a different character, especially one like Kazuya, which is like very very defensive orientated and just can't just like go crazy with the spamming, too many high level sort of offense, at least not until he's in heat. It just forced me to think about what I'm doing. And I'm not saying you have to learn another character to improve. Lots of people can just really specialize, but all I'm saying is if you do learn another character, I think it really does help you learn to play the game better. So, and it just basically, it's just a good way of resetting, just resetting yourself, resetting your mental, coming back at it. So I did that. I got into Fujin, which I was really pleased with, and at the end of that session my defensive stats have gone back up again. So I kind of so that's what I did. And then I kind of thought, you know what, I really want to lock in. I really want to try to sort of play as well as I can. And because I'm so hopeless, I find it's hard to do a live recording, commentate, talk about what I'm doing, what I'm thinking while trying to do it, at least at this level for me. Because like I said, I'm kind of at the upper limits now in terms of where I am. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to play the game, and then I'll go back and look at the replays and commentate over those, so you can kind of see how I did, and and sort of basically what I was thinking during the matches. So that's why we're going to do replays now. So I just wanted to get it out of the way, and yeah, so let's just jump straight into them.
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, so welcome to those of you who skipped ahead. If you want to know why we're watching replays, well, you have to go back and watch. But anyway, so starting off this session with a King Mirror. That's always a much better way of starting a ranked session. And as you can tell, I've also upped my custom game. Jokes aside, I want to take myself a bit less seriously. Okay, nice counter hit this guy scored there, very good. So this is another fellow King main, similar rank. Great step, amazing step and punish he did there. Again, true 50-50, I broke double. Okay, so if King starts running it like that, you've got to do, okay, so you've got to armor through it or quick jabs. Okay, great step again. That's all. I think that's almost completely unescapable. So I knew straight away. Okay, this guy's sidestepping game is really good. So we've got to think about how we're going to try and shut that down. Okay, no duck from me. That's plus and block. Yep. I actually tried to duck that. I pressed my button too early. That's why I got counter hit. Because I knew he was fishing for the counter hit there. So we're getting kind of steamrolled here. There we go. Counter hit confirm. Got to enjoy that while we can. Okay, to the wall. Cash out. Nice bit of damage. We got some wall pressure left. I was hoping for the wall splat then. Phantom range on the heat smash. There we go. We're ready for it this time. Just cash out. Easy combo. So when you know someone's willing, in the king match, if they're willing to do down 4-2-1, you've got to be ready to duck it if they're not truly counter hit confirming. There we go. That's a nice Oki setup. To the wall. Setup time. Thank you, Armor King, for that setup. I'm not gonna lie, I really like that. So yeah, I'll leave a link to the video. Counter hit confirm again. Same sequence basically. So basically, as a little tip, and I will pause it. Actually, I'll tell you what. Okay, final 50-50. Yep. So just a couple of things there. Number one, I will leave a link to I'll leave a link below to the Armor King TV video guide for basically those setups you can get after that at the wall, where you do jab into forward 4, then you can do a Jaguar step, and then depending on what they do, if they roll on the ground, you'll be back turned. There's a lot of sneaky setups you can do, so I was quite pleased to land that. Secondly, just to mention that because it's always worth, in my opinion, on the different stages, start off with a when you're both facing the middle in practice mode, do a counter hit down forward 2-1, and see when you do the combo, where does it take you in the stage, because it's a really weird one with that combo because you're so off axis. But what you want to try to do is work out how do you get to the wall, on each stage. With that stage it's pretty easy, but there's others like Lee's Palace where it's borderline impossible because of the fact that the side wall is so close. It's just a little thing because it's very likely you're going to score that in the opening, as your opener. So it's a nice little thing just to practice and just be stage aware. But unfortunately, he didn't want to play again after that, which is a bit of a shame. But that was quite a fun King Mirror. So let's move to the next one.
Next battle.
Okay, so second up we have the protagonist with still in season 1 buffed form. As I've always said, Jins likes to do down 2 as an opener. Counter hit down forward 2 will seek that out. Unfortunately, he won that interaction. There we go. Power crush your way through. Probably not the smartest move, but it worked. Okay. Luckily for me, that guy just cashed out his heat straight away, so that's good. Now we have heat. Okay, interesting flow chart there. 2-1-4. Just Jin stuff. Okay, I could have launched him for that, but never mind. Jin's cans are -17, I think. They're crazy minus. Okay. So this guy is using Power Crush as a panic button, so we've got to keep checking with those. Poking. There we go. There's the Scourge. Can we get this exploding wall? Nope, because for some reason King's stuff is really scuppered. There we go. Quick jabs to stop that Power Crush nonsense before he gets going. Okay, I noticed he'd been super aggressive, so just Jaguar step back at the round start. Nice forward 4. Very nice. Caught me incoming. Does he get the wall? Nah, not quite. Just a bit slumped. Now we've got to be super aware of the of Jin's heat smash, because it will kill us on this stage. There we go. So basically just stay down. Let him spend it. Oh, this is such a good whiff punish by him. Ali kick does have ridiculous range, but he just outspaced me there, so that was really good. And look at that, dead, because he had so little health left. So the question is, will he adapt now to the fact that I'm backdashing at the round start? Oh, same thing. Okay, I think he was trying to do a setup there, because that, I think that's running, is it running 4? I'm not sure. Has a lot of pushback. Okay, so there we go. So once I realised he's just doing the strings, just stay on the ground, let him do it. And just note how aggressive this guy is. He refuses to stop pressing. Okay, I was waiting for the punish. There it is. Whew, amazing that didn't splat us. Okay, so we've got wall pressure. Nice poking. Not just wall pressure, exploding wall pressure. There we go. Trying to keep it as tight as possible because, like I said, this guy will not stop. And there we go. I don't know if I try to backdash or step, but either way I got clipped.
Get ready for the next.
Okay, so the fact that I backdashed away and punished him for it made me think he might change his play to sort of, I might be able to condition him, but he was having none of it. He's always going to be going super aggressive at the round start. So, well, not just at round start, just throughout the game. So, question is, yep, just going to keep doing it. Counter hit. I guess he was trying to do some kind of setup there. Thought he might stay on the ground. That is a 2 break, I believe, out of the power crush. There we go. So he's just. Yeah. So this is some sort of like couldn't quite get the exploding wall. Nice. And there we go. I thought, you know what? He's going to mash. So I just cashed out straight away. And I thought I'd get the mix up on block anyway. Dick jab. Nice punish. There it is. 3-1-4. Good block. Wrong punish. Wrong punish from me. There, see, it's a flowchart. I don't know why he does it, but counter hit down 4-2 is working every time. So we take it. There, guys, I was trying to get the wall. But just not. It's just very, very hard to set them off unless you're perfectly aligned with King anyway. There it is. There we go. Luckily, the single alley kick did prevail that time. Didn't quite manage to back away. Okay, we punish those. Wrong punish. Nice, tiny little delay there. There we go. Muscle arm our way through forward 4. Okay, doing that flow chart again. I could have punished him properly for that, but never mind. We take the mix up anyway. No, very patient. He didn't try to press then. Do we close out with this? Oh no, good break. There we go. Onto this wall. And dead.
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, so by the third game, we should have an idea of how your opponent likes to play, and the name of the game this guy is aggression, aggression, aggression. Spam my strings even if you're just lying on the ground. There we go. That was a terrible punish. Nice little low parry though. Yes, Jin Samsara has quite a lot of pushback. They finished it that time. So that was the flowchart he was doing before, but he'd end it into something else. Okay, just poking. Good punish. Good punish. This will be dead. Yeah, we'll do something a bit flashy because why not? So yeah, I'm not ducking any of these down 2s, and that's because, to be honest, I've seen already how this guy will throw out can-cans and Samsara, so he's not scared to throw out all of Jin's very, very unsafe but high damaging mids. So it's one of those cases where, you know what, I'll just take the down 2. Because if I start ducking and he goes with the mids, then yeah, I've had too many AFKs to just sort of end up making me sort of, lose. So if the game started, I'm just gonna go in there. Okay. Okay, and we take it. So after Demon Paw, Jin's at -9, so we just take our mix back again. Flowchart. Demon Paw into hop kick. Nice. Everyone, just no one. So many people eat just a simple down forward 1. Down forward 1 into giant swing because it's so fast. There we go. Heat smash. Yep. 50-50. Dead.
Get ready for the next.
So next up we have a Jack. Now Jack is kind of crazy because I don't see him much, and in some ways, not to a much less extent, he sort of reminds me of Alistair in that he's either played by super giga fundamental players, or they just play like lunatics and just use all the weird kind of gimmicks that they have. Okay, he didn't duck that. Just be aware for his down forward 2. It's at least minus 13. It might be minus 14. And they will fish for it. So always make sure you punish him hard. That's the main thing for when you play Jack. Duck this. Yep. There we go. See what I mean? So that was just absolute sort of, day one gimmick. Do you know this flowchart? And do you get misinput when you try and do a Shining Wizard? Yeah, if they do the windmills, that final hit, if you don't duck it, will basically stun you, and then they get a launch. So I'm kind of thinking to myself at this point, right, this is just a Jack who's just going to spam the gimmicky stuff. That was a bit risky, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to try to beat his power crush options. Sorry, his stance options. There we go. Windmills caught me that time, so that's a launch. Okay, now we've got some better position. Okay, it's pretty much back to neutral now. No duck from him. Ah, smart. Yeah, I just didn't have the frames. I really, really hope, I'm sure they won't, to be honest, because they love Rage Arts too much, but I really wish they'd make Rage Arts where they're like Power Crushers, where a throw, if it's fast enough, will beat it. There we go. Just clutch.
For the next battle. Okay,
so at this point we know that this guy will use the gimmick, so we just gotta, it just comes to matchup knowledge. And also, generally speaking, this is my theory, if someone's using gimmicks to win, their defense is probably not that good, so feel free to do Summon King's more unsafe stuff, like forward 2-1 just randomly, because he probably won't duck the second hit. Like, there you go, they'll power crush, they'll heat smash. Okay, luckily for me, drop the combo. He's got some really good keeper. Right, see about the gimmicky stuff. You see how I thought the hurt box on this is so stupid. And that won't be the first time he gets away with that. So basically one touch from him and we're dead. And we've got no recoverable health left, so watch. See, I thought, I'll get behind him, throw him. Nope. Very annoying. He went for the full string. That's minus 12 at least. I'm not punishing him. There we go. I thought he might go for the kick, which is a high. So full crouch down forward 2. Duck in. Bad combo, but never mind. He gets the wall. And caught in the corner.
Round 3. Fight.
He let it rock. Went for the mid that time. Caught me ducking. Okay, nice break from me. We take those. No whiff punish, but it may not have reached. Okay. That's a forced throw. Was that technically? I can't remember. Was that technically a punish? It probably was, to be honest. 10 frame heat smash. Nice to have. Okay, I don't know what he was trying there, but we take it. Okay, keep the throw pressure because he's trying to power crush his way out or heat burst. Nice. Didn't think he'd do it again, but there we go, he did.
Final round. Fight.
Okay, we've got the float. Not a very good float, but better than nothing. Bad wall combo ender. Okay, nice, caught me. Nice. That's a crazy sequence. All I'm trying to do is stay on the ground and stay out of trouble, but bad throw. Should have just whiff punished him. Bad punish. Could have got more than that. Nice. Went under my jab. Wonder if he could have killed me on that. Never mind. So that was kind of clutch. A few bad decisions there cost me the round.
Get ready for the next.
But yeah, so unfortunately, see, even though I say bad punish when I punish like a 12 frame with a 10 frame, it's like, well, because those tiny little changes is what could have got me that round. So gotta stay on point. There we go. Never ducking. Notice he's never ducking, so we're just using the strong mids as our plus frames basically. Okay, just delayed it slightly then. There we go, classic. You're allowed to do rally kicks for round enders before anyone ats me. Ah, trade, bad trade. That's minus 14 I believe, but has a huge amount of pushback. Which is why muscle armor is a really smart way of dealing with it. Okay, man does not want to take anything. He would rather just keep pressing. Okay, interrupt him. See? These are all... These downfall ones are counter hits. I believe that's minus 10 at least. I didn't punish it, but never mind. Ooh, so close. Just trying to... There, he tried it. I respect it. He gave it a go. Okay, it's at least minus 10. I think it's minus 12. Okay, we just do a cheeky full crouch down 4-2 because when it works, it works. Wall setup. Nice. Thought he might be ducking there. Ah, too late on the whiff punish. Tried it again. Yeah, nice.
Get ready for the next.
Okay, so this time we're on a law player, true Bushin rank by the looks of that, and it's again kind of at this weird point in the game where it's a bit like, are these fundamentally strong players or are they just super crazy aggressive and gimmicky? Let's find out. Thinking so far, doesn't seem to be sort of too mad a law. Fishing for that counter hit, that's minus 12 and I didn't punish it. I'm still getting used to it because it's a new move. Second hit's high there. I could have ducked it. Just trying to get away out the corner basically, which is hard because we've got it on both our sides, but nice duck. Caught me. Yeah, a lot of people will try to either heat burst or power crush out of that situation when we're in negative frames. Okay, law and heat, super scary. That's now safe. Just tried to wait for his heat to run out. Okay, I don't know how minus that was, but at least minus 10 it would seem. Oops. Oh, we had it then. There we go. Okay, and he tried to take the cheeky slide at the end, but just had to be patient and just wait for the heat timer to run out. Nice, caught him out of the air. Can we get the wall? No. Okay. There we go. So he's a little bit of condition there. You notice first two jabs, the second jab hit him. So then we do it again and he respects it and then we can get throw setups. Nice, no break, he's dead. There's just little sort of conditioning things you have to do there. Do, you know, jab sequence, do another jab sequence. What do? Do they block the whole thing or... Blue sparks, we take it. Okay, caught him ducking. No Oki off this, unfortunately. I'm sure that's probably really minus looking at animation. It might even be launch. Nice, I've got the wall, so he is dead.
You win. Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, so moving on to round 2. Again, what are we sort of learning from our opponent? Well, he's kind of aggressive, but only so much as the way law is meant to be played, to be honest. So, seems to be fairly patient.
Fight.
I probably could have picked up with forward 3 there. But any damage is better than nothing. Nice backdash. Okay, try to interrupt. Not a good idea. Nice. Corner. That's safe. That's technically a whiff punish. Okay, so we got ourselves out of the corner. And now we've got some heat. Do we cash out? Yep, just cash out. Because it's a force 50-50 for the win.
Round 2. Fight.
Nice. Dragon Hammer. Some big damage here. I don't think it's the most optimal wall combo. That's minus 12, but sorry, minus 13, but there's a lot of pushback, so it's hard to punish at tip range. Nice. Juicy damage. Junkyard into setup. If you don't low parry, wrong punish. Uh-oh. Basically, if you don't low parry Junkyard, don't press any buttons afterwards because they usually use it as a setup. Again, trying to interrupt the string. There we go. My Power Crush beat his. Junkyard, see? I could have punished him harder, but you see what I mean? If you fail to if you fail to low parry Junkyard, don't try to retaliate. That's my tip. Okay, force 50-50. There we go, just take the frames.
Round 4. Fight.
Okay, no duck. There it is, you see? They'll do Junkyard into something. Okay. Do we break this wall? Yes. Now, unfortunately, I do not practice any combos on this stage. Ah, that was meant to be a running 3. I think if I'd done running 3, that would have broken it. But miss input. Forward 3. Nice block. Okay, sliding his way out of trouble. Nice. No throw break from me. I believe that's a 1+2 break looking at the hands. Nice. High-low string. Very good way of finishing a round out. Okay, so he's now trying to mix up his slide timing with while standing 4. Okay, that's not launch. But I was acting like it was, like an idiot. No tech on the giant swings, giving me 3 damage and no throw breaks. So that law could very easily improve. I just learned to tech the giant swing landing, to be honest. And if a king's running at you from across the stage into a throw, chances are it's going to be a shiny wizard, but maybe it's just stressed.
Get ready for the
Yeah, so by this point, I could see I had like a nice sort of bit of a, a good, not a straightforward win streak, because it tends to be that in these matches I lose the first and take the second too. But I could see the bar was climbing up through the ranks, so we're feeling good. And then we're blessed with a king mirror, which is always fun. No punish from me. Not using giant swing because he's going to be expecting giant swing. Good break. But even the king players fall for that setup. It just works. Good tech. Nice. I thought it was going to do running 3, but doing the nice Jaguar step out of trouble there. True trade. None of us are going to win that. That was my attempt to hop kick and I got a miss input at forward 4. So annoying. I should have just done forward 2-1. Take some heat. No duck from him. Single poke. Yeah, I think he tried a dick jab, but even a dick jab there won't beat it while standing 4.
fight.
Okay, no Oki here. Okay, does he stay on the ground? Yes, he rolled. So if they roll like that, you're best off running up and doing a ground. You're best at running up and doing a ground throw. Okay, good combos to get to the wall. Yep. You see, he tried the forward 4 into moonsault. I could have floated him out of that, but it caught me out.
Fight.
There's two kings spamming. That was wrong punish. Two kings spamming Jaguar step. No break that time. I think he was sidestepping, so I don't think he thought it was coming. Nice. Tried to heat burst, I think. Not enough frames.
Round 4. Fight.
Okay. Floated him out of it, but didn't catch. Just in case you're interested, just because FYI. So if a king player is always Jaguar stepping, I don't know for all characters obviously, but just as in the king bureau, your two best options, down forward 2, which will float him out of it like I did then, but unfortunately I didn't convert, and also back 3 will actually get a proper tailspin. So yeah, they'll both reach, they'll both float him out of it. That's your option select for that. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. No duck from me. I don't know why that hit. Obviously I pulled the trigger too early. Nice combo though. So at this point I'm thinking, oh dear. And refloat. Very nice. He maybe cashed out on heat a bit too early, but I mean, it's a bad position for me, that's for sure. Very bad. Okay, we'll claim a little bit of life left. Oh, I could have killed him then. I didn't confirm it. Never mind. Yeah, I didn't use the guaranteed there we go. So if you both Jaguar step into 2 at the same time, it's a lottery as who will win. I think this guy's cashing out in heat a bit too early, in my opinion. Mind you, I mean, but we all do it. See? But nice position now. Good option. Now, luckily for us, because that was a forward 4, we are airborne, which means this damage will scale a fair bit. Otherwise, that would have been like serious amount of health lost. Nice. I tried to roll away. He did the correct thing, and again. Woo! There we go. That high crushed. Sorry, low crushed. Sorry.
Get ready for the next.
Okay, so that was a pretty tight match. We only just about clutched it out. So let's see if Eva's can adapt a bit and on demotion. So you don't want to see that. You don't want to see demote as a king player. Nice. Yep. Track and roll. Good option. You see, that's a really smart move against running 3. Okay, no break that time. Okay. Yeah, stupid of me. Heat smash was always going to beat that. Okay, 50-50 forced. Yeah. Alley kick, because that also works if they stay on the ground.
Fight.
Oh, not counter hit. That was though. Okay, Oki time. Wall pressure. Except now we switch sides. Not so good. Nice. Cash out early for a big combo on the wall. Oh, I thought we could have kept it going then. I thought to myself, he's not going to... Surely he's not going to finish the string. And he did finish it. 50-50. Bad reactions from me. Unfortunately, after all I preached about alley kicks, there's me eating them. But I think he was getting a bit panicky. Correct punish. That's why you don't do single one. I mean, I could have launched, but take the heat instead. Nice. Very, very, very good. Good option select. Just throw king when he's in that. There we go. Just caught him with a lucky 4-2-1. There we go. This time we get the float. Push to the wall. Oops. Well, I'm really cashing out on heat early. But never mind. Oh, where are we going with cameraman? No punish. There we go. Nice. Why does that break a wall? And why am I eating it, more to the point? Luckily for me, didn't get too much damage out of that. No break. believe that's a 2 rather than a 1. Anyone's game? Okay. So I'm going to say last time I went low with the alley kick, so this time we go mid with the forward 3. So shame we had to demote this guy, but I think I checked his profile later. He got his rank back again, so that's all good.
Get ready for the next battle.
And now I believe we are on promo opportunity against Brian. Now, good news and bad news when you face Brian. I'm just going to pause it at this level. Number one is if they're at this level, especially that Paris, they're probably very, very strong players. So that's the bad news. The good news is the Brian matchup for King is a lot better than it used to be, and the main reason for that is because we can basically Brian's sort of best buttons in the neutral and approach. Basically, I believe it's quarter circle forward 2 or quarter circle back. I can't remember. Basically, he has 2 approach tools. They're both homing. One is a plus on block, +5 on block, high. The other one is heat engager, safe on block, mid. Those are the 2 buttons they will try to land. Because like I said, they're homing. They completely control neutral. And luckily for us, muscle armor beats both. The high is quite hard to punish because it's got fast recovery, but the mid is super easy. So that's what we're thinking in this matchup. So you probably will see me spamming muscle armor a lot. Nice break. Again, I thought he might duck. No throw break from me. Could have killed me for that as well. That's a flow chart they love. Nice duck. Tried to power crush. Okay, and that hits grounded the soccer kick. It's at least -13. It might be -14. Could have actually killed him there. Okay, so those are -10 if he doesn't finish it. But the timing's very, very tricky. -10 with pushback. No punish. No punish from me either. Forward 3. Oh, good quick stand. So that's good. There's that flow chart again. And there's that move. No punish from me. Very bad. Single alley kick to take the win. There we go. This time we confirm the whiff and get him properly. Okay, that's a good interrupt. There we go. Just caught him, luckily. So we won't get the full combo out of this, but we'll get some damage. And we'll push him to the corner. Yep. And caught him ducking.
Round 4. Fight.
There we go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. I find, little top tip, if you delay the wave dash, most people will duck. I'm not sure why, but you deliberately do the wave dash quite slow, you know, or the final part of it, and they'll often eat they'll eat it. Okay, so he's got heat. There's the heat smash. That low crushes, I always forget it low crushes. So don't try to do lows against Brian when he's got it on tap. Nice low parry. You see what I see when I said that these Brian players are pretty godlike.
You win.
And yeah, that was the Tekken Emperor promo. So I did rematch a couple of times, but the recording's getting pretty long. So, but yeah, so that was how we got to Emperor. So I apologise that I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it in effect live, like a live recording. But as I said for the reason at the start, I just had to lock in. And I hope that going over these replays has still helped you with these kind of tips. So, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to try to go any further than that. I did think to myself, is it worth trying to get Tekken God before Season 2? But honestly, I know I say this all the time, and I sound like a broken record, but I just don't have the time. Season 2 drops in just less than a week. I don't think I've got enough time in that week to be able to play enough ranked to you know, to climb another rank. Chances I'd probably go down, to be honest, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, hope that's helped everyone, and look forward to seeing you in the next one, and look forward to season 2, because apparently King has been buffed to oblivion. So I don't know why, but hey ho. Anyway, see you next time, guys.